Prior to the recent U.S. election, politicians warned us that democracy was at stake if we didn't vote for them. Many of those same candidates also supported efforts to restrict free speech. Now, in the world's first democracy, Greece, a former soccer star may be going to jail for standing for godliness and speaking out against proposed gender-affirming legislation. According to the Greek media site The Times, a court in Athens sentenced football legend Vasilios Tsiartas to 10 months in prison for inciting violence and hatred for reasons of gender identity. So what did Tsiartas say and why? Well, in 2017, he made a controversial comment on Facebook after the Greek legislature debated a new law allowing people to determine their sex that they list on official documents. The proposed law would have allowed children as young as 15 to make the change without providing medical proof of having received gender-altering treatment or surgery. In other words, children, not God, would determine gender based on their feelings, not biological science. Before Greek lawmakers struck down that provision in the new law, Tsiartas posted a comment on Facebook saying that he hoped, quote, the first sex changes are carried out on the children of those who ratified this abomination. Later, he sarcastically wrote, quote, legitimize pedophiles too, to complete the crimes. In a subsequent post, the former Greek soccer star reminded people that our sex is determined by God. He wrote, quote, God created Adam and Eve. Bravo for that truthful comment. Tsiartas' conviction came after a lawsuit was filed on behalf of a transsexual activist who received online threats following the former soccer star's posts. But really, folks, 10 months in prison for reminding Greeks that they're made in God's image and for freely speaking his mind? The free speech case in Greece reminds me of the recent remarks of Kanye West, now known as Ye. His post was definitely anti-Semitic. But Ye wasn't thrown in jail for hate speech. Instead, he lost millions of dollars in corporate endorsements. That's the consequence of not being careful about what we say or post online. Although Ye's comments sickened me, I'll defend his right to free speech. Same goes for Tsiartas. I wouldn't post a comment saying that the children of parliamentarians should be the first to undergo sex change surgery. I wouldn't wish that mutilation on any child or adult. But I do get Tsiartas' point, don't you? He's criticizing rules for thee, but not for me. Yes, he could have written kinder words, but he should have the right, in the birthplace of democracy, to freely share his views without facing jail time. The same applies for us here in the United States or in the UK, where street preachers have been arrested for sharing the gospel. Suppressing free speech, speech deemed offensive. Now that's what truly places any democracy at risk. Well, that's it today from the Global Lane. Be sure to follow us on the CBN News and NRB channels, social media, and our broadcast affiliates. And until next time, be blessed.